Hello and welcome to another cultural critique of capitalism here on Comrade Notes.
I am Captain Kratkar.
And I am Konrad Krasnoy. And
Welcome
to Comrade Notes!
CP1 Russian television.
Today on Comrade Notes, we will be discussing the novel Heart of Darkness by Polish-English author Joseph Conrad.
The only worthwhile literature to be produced by a Pole was written in English, as it turns out. The story begins on a boat in the Thames River. There are 5 people on the boat: the director, lawyer, accountant, Marlowe, and the narrator.
Marlowe begins to tell his friends all about his adventures as an agent of capitalism.
Marlowe worked for an organization called The Company, a faceless representation of the evils of capitalism.
The company deals in the ivory trade, exploiting native African labor for profit while producing ivory, a white substance used in pianos and ornamental goods.
Typical capitalists in their consumer goods. Miles was sent by the company to meet up with an agent named Mr. Kurtz.
He sets out from England to Belgium and takes a French steamer to the Congo.
After arriving in the Congo, he gets his boat all fixed.
Marlowe then heads down the river Congo to find Kurtz.
The company needs Marlowe to find Mr. Kurtz because he's the best at acquiring ivory and coordinating the native efforts.
The rest of the company believes that he may have gone rogue and have sent Marlowe to investigate Kurtz's whereabouts and intentions.
As Marlowe continues up the river Congo, he is attacked by natives and the helmsman is killed.
Marlowe then arrives at the camp and makes contact with a Russian man. The Russian is veritably obsessed with Kurtz.
Now I find it inconceivable to me that a member of our beautiful nation could be hoodwinked by a filthy honey capitalist. But that's exactly what seems to have happened here.
Not only the unnamed Russian has been hoodwinked, but all of the natives seem to be similarly enamored with Kurtz. It was Kurtz himself that ordered the natives to attack the boat.
When we finally encounter the mythic Kurtz, he is too ill to even walk.
Marlowe sees Kurtz die as he says his last words. The horror. The horror.
When Marlowe returns to Europe, he encounters Kurtz's wife.
When she asks about his last words, Marlowe lies and says that he spoke of her. Typical capitalist deceit. This story is an allegory for evil capitalist imperialism.
The Congress of Capitalism convening on the craft corroborates our conjecture.
2 of the people on the boat are the director of companies and the accountant. These 2 figures represent the capitalist system.
Marlowe had seen the horrors of the capitalist machine and its effects on Africa and is relating them to a story of oppression that conflict upon the world.
The accountant, director of companies, and the narrator sit upon a pleasure craft in London, comfortably safe in the heart of capitalist persecution, and listen to the horrors they have inflicted upon the world and its people.
The book also depicts the racism of European colonialism.
A black figure stood up, strode on long black legs, waving long black arms across the globe. It had horns, antelope horns, I think, on its head. Some sorcerer, some witch man, no doubt. It looked friend-like enough. Conrad, chapter 3.
Look at how Comrade Conrad tells the natives black figures and not people. Such things do not happen under the equality of communism.
Also, how about how Kurtz, during his time in Africa, begins to resemble the kids in the terrible novel of capitalist pig author William Golding.
Like in that terrible novel, Kurtz goes insane without the oppression of his capitalist society. His last words, the horror, show that Kurtz knows the horror of his capitalist deeds in Africa, and he is appalled by the capitalist exploitation.
Comrade Kurtz shows that he is remorseful for his capitalist actions and that he fears the inner capitalist pig that lives within all humans.
Despite being a capitalist, Kurtz renounced his actions, so we'll forgive the bastard.
Another thing on his excursion, Marlowe sees the evils of capitalism at first hand.
Marlowe is a British man who arrives in the Congo after setting out from Belgium on a French steamer. He goes on to meet with both a German and a Russian while in the Congo.
The details of his journey serve to highlight how all of Europe's great powers were involved in colonialism.
Conrad even implicates backward Tsarist Russia in his portrait of colonialism. Even the power some would not consider European was involved in the crime of colonialism.
And as you know, colonialism and capitalism are like two peas in a pod of oppression.
As Marlowe plunges deeper and deeper into the Congo, he becomes more disillusioned with the capitalist system.
It is a metaphor, you see. As he goes deeper into the heart of colonial Africa, so too does he go deeper and deeper into the clutches of unhindered capitalism. In the Congo, far from the prying eyes of capitalism, he is free to act without any restraints.
The pure capitalist drive for profit manifests itself in the gross violation of basic human rights deep in the occluded heart of the Congo.
As a witness to this dark heart, he becomes disillusioned with capitalism after seeing it firsthand.
The ivory trade, the oppression of the natives, and the colonialism itself were all done in the name of profits. The atrocities depicted in the novel were committed by, for, and only because of capitalism.
The struggle between the proletariat natives and their European oppressors perfectly mirrors the class struggles in Europe and throughout the world.
Make sure, comrades, to subscribe for more Comrade Notes.
Stood up, strode on long black legs, waving long black arms across the glow. It had horns, antelope horns, I think, on its head.